Welcome back, guys, to Trails from Zero, where last episode we continued the Chapter 4 Day 2 patrol through the back alley, West Street, and the residential, entertainment, and administrative districts, noticing more weird behavior from Bond and Nikolai along the way, as we soon reach Heyway to investigate the attack. I guess the mother and son are here already? The officer ran with all of their might, but the piggies still got away. Why are we chasing a pig? Wow, police officers are so cool. I like the characters in the story. I realize certain connotations that arise there. Alright, so this is the scene of the crime. Seems like Grace already rushed out looking for a latest scoop. She left it to me to cover the rest of the diet session. I guess I'll try my hardest to do a good job. Crossbell Times had to temporarily suspend its publication today. We're terribly sorry for the inconvenience this has brought our loyal readers. Figures, take off that fresh coat of paint and it's easy to see just how dangerous Crossbell really is. By the way, our old office building had a back door just in case the company was ever attacked. That way, in the case of an emergency, the paper could still be published. The show must go on, as I say. That mindset was our pride. This area serves as Crossbell's business district. It's supposed to be one of the safest places in the city. Should we get a back door installed here too? Yes. Yes. Considering what goes on in here, last night was absolutely dreadful. Grace's article isn't responsible for this giant mess, is it? Doubtful. Okay, so there's stuff going on over at Heyway, which we knew. You can see the bullet holes even far away. Just a little bit under my frame. Something big happened last night. The police have been flipping out over it all morning. What do I plan to do? Not close my shop, I'll tell you that. I'm not so weak that I turn tail and run over something as trivial as that. The path of the noodle waits for no man. If they think that I'm going to close down my stall over something so trivial, then they've got another thing coming. Come to me. What's for the police cars out today? Think something happened? What's for the police car? Surely you'd know. You're running back and forth, right? I don't know if we can approach safely or not. What happened? Almighty Adios, this is just horrific. I better send my granddaughter back home today. It'd kill me if she were to get caught up in something dangerous because of this. Psst, Ravash is definitely responsible for this mess, right? This is why I'm so terrified of the Mafia. The occasional dispute isn't particularly rare, but this is the first time we've experienced a company being the victim of a violent attack. It really is a complete shock. And you want to know what the police are doing about it? Not a damn thing. I bet you could blow up an entire building and they still wouldn't bat an eye. Doesn't seem to be anyone down there because he's up here, Mr. Fisherman. Wow, look at all those holes. Hey, don't get so close. Yeah, the old man did stop fishing. I like coming to the park to relax and unwind, but now any sense of repose has been torn to shreds. What are the police even good for? Everything you ask of, we do. Odd jobs, Yorizu, yes, yes. We saw a report about a shooting that took place in the Harbour District. I kind of got the impression that there's some sort of turf war going on in the underworld. Well, anyway, we have a lot more guards posted than usual today to be safe. There was a firefight in the Harbour District last night. Just serves as a reminder that guards like us have to stay sharp. We've increased the number of guards on duty by about 20%. Just precautionary measures considering the shooting that just happened in the Harbour District. It's our job as guards to ensure that our patrons feel safe. There may have been a shooting recently, but I assure you the IBC is perfectly secure. What the hell? A temporary suspension of the Crossbell Times? Unbelievable. This is an outrage. I look forward to reading through the column in the economics section in every issue. I don't believe this. I've never heard of such a thing. Are they trying to insult me? Again, you're right near it. Go ask. Doesn't seem like there are as many customers as usual. Must be because of the shooting. Sadly, we don't have enough manpower to station any more guards outside the IBC. Doesn't seem like there are as many customers as usual. Must be because of the shooting. Sadly, we don't have enough manpower. Oh, what are we going to do about this? If only Mr. Kreutz were in town. You're referring to the incident that took place in the Harbour District? Is everything okay here, Lanfei? Were any of you affected? Nope, we're all fortunately safe and sound. I'm more worried about our stocks. Their value is volatile. They may end up taking a hit because of this. Our board of directors is currently discussing how to handle the situation. Mr. Croyce has been in discussions with the board of directors over how to handle the situation. I'm hoping this doesn't affect our stock prices. We should probably find out what that discussion is. Oh, there was some sort of raid. That's never good news. Thankfully, our security department does a flawless job. There's nothing to worry about as long as we're in here. I'm confident the inside of this building is secure at the very least. Our stock prices, on the other hand, are looking pretty dicey. I have talked to him, I'm pretty sure. So, our patrol is pretty much ending. That is it. The IBC is our last destination. We can't leave Crossbell. So we'll hopefully find out more. Hello, Chief Roberts. I was asked by the folks at the IBC to lend a bit of my genius to the project. We're smack dab in the middle of coding a system for the Orwell Network Project's second stage test. They brought the Chief out from the Epstein Foundation. Their work today must be terribly difficult. Chief Roberts can actually be quite proficient when he keeps his mouth shut and himself busy. As of now, he is classified as one of the continent's leading minds in the field of Orwell technology. I was fingers even hitting the keyboard. How was this speech humanly possible? Lady Maribel is in a particularly bad mood today. I wonder what happened. Since we're hiding down here in this basement, it feels like we're secluding ourselves from any current events. We're grateful for the help Chief Roberts has been providing us with. As one of its original developers, he's the expert when it comes to the Orwell Net. Oh man, is it reassuring to have him around. Grateful for the help. Those guys don't get double dialogue though. Chief Roberts is hard at work. So Mr. Croyce is not in. Maribel is. She won't be in here. Because she'll most likely be in here speaking to the others. Or just alone. Honestly, those imbeciles. Do they even have a single brain cell between the lot of them? Try to calm down, Maribel. I take it you've already heard about the situation, right? Well, obviously. It only happened within earshot of here. How dare those barbarians have a firefight this close to IBC headquarters? Cursed you, Ravash. They'll be hell to pay if this affects stock prices. Is that right? Well, considering the position you're in, I can hardly blame you for being worried. Give me a break. How dare this nuisance occur while Father is away? What was Ravash even thinking? They weren't? What do you want me to say? I have no clue. So Danny's not home. And we're out of here. So, I've done everywhere, right? So there hasn't been a quest, hasn't been a book, hasn't been a recipe. I'm pretty sure we've been everywhere, because all we can go is into these areas. Done the back alley, IBC, yes. The smaller sections are down here. Yeah, been for everywhere. The only people we haven't talked to are the ones closer to the thing. I was planning on taking a nice walk around here today, but not anymore. Not when there's all these police officers out on guard. It's getting really out of hand. So, who's about to bet for second patrol? Heyway Trading. Never heard of him. Did they do something to anger the Mafia? I hope this doesn't spiral out of hand. Never heard of them, but they're here. Yeah, I thought we can get close. There's stuff going down. Not the flowers. Not the sign. This place is a mess. It certainly looks like the aftermath of a raid. Definitely. There are traces of heavy weaponry scattered all over. How about casualties? At least they didn't resort to explosives. Whole place would be a crater if they did. Oh, I see you guys are on the scene too. Hey, Franz, how's the situation looking? We rushed out here as soon as we heard the news. Did we? I don't know much yet. All I've heard is that shots were fired in the middle of the night. Dudley and the others are in the middle of conducting an investigation. Sounds like the 1st Division beat us to the punch. They're always quick to jump on cases like this. Not our fault. We'd like to ask the members of Heyway some questions. Do you mind letting us inside? I suppose I could. I was only told to not let civilians pass through here. I'll have to make up an excuse to Dudley for me, though. Of course. Thanks for helping us out. Good man. That's crazy enough to open fire during the dead of night in a place like this. By the way, make sure you come up with an excuse or something for Dudley. Last thing I need is for him to be breathing down my neck. Yeah, it is the whole thing that we just patrolled the whole city before even coming here. I mean, okay. So, just checking on the outside here. We can understand that they shot up the back, like the front, right? But when they entered here, what were they doing? Yeah, Yeah, we're coming to get you. Yeah, we're coming to shoot the wall. What? What's with the... I mean, they could have been knocked away by someone, I guess, the bullets. But they've shot the stairs quite a lot. They've shot the floor a lot. They shot the wall. I'm just a bit confused. I expect the gunshots to be a bit more targeted. Like, who shoots the ceiling, man? Stormtrooper aim. It could be that. Has this door just been... Not even a door. It's just a barrier that's been put there. It's just been barriers everywhere. This guy shot the floor some more. So, we can tell that once they reached here, they were kind of stopped? You mean like Cow's area, yeah. Cow, if you'll excuse me then. We'd like to help you, but unless you're willing to give us more details, there's not much we can do. You'll have to forgive me. After all, it was late into the night. I haven't the foggiest idea of who the assailants may be, or why they targeted our humble company. Even so, it appears you were able to mount an efficient defense. The first and second floors are devastated, yet this room remains spotless. How in the world were you able to fend off assailants armed with heavy machine guns? I'll admit it was tricky. However, the assailants managed to escape our grasp, I'm afraid. Many of our men were sent to St. Ursula. My oh my, what a disaster. You have my condolences. Now if you'll excuse us. You four? What's the special support section doing here? Why, good morning, Detective Bannings. I see the rest of you have come along as well. Pardon our interruption, Cal. I know you're busy with the aftermath of the raid, but could I borrow a minute of your time? Anything for you, my friend. If you'll excuse us then, Dudley, I appreciate you having stopped by. Have a nice day. Goodbye. This irritates me to no end, but I'm leaving this snake to you. Try to get what you can out of him. Ah, yes, sir. Are you saying that to just seem big still? It has been quite some time, my friends. I hear you all had quite the adventure on the final day of the anniversary festival. I'm assuming Yin told you all about it. As you know, the Special Support Section doesn't follow conventional investigative protocol. And with that in mind, how about you go ahead and tell us your true intentions? Oh? Lloyd? There's no point wasting our time with his usual song and dance. Not only that, but we have a lot of ground to cover with Cal. I figured I'd get straight to the point. Well now, that's one hell of a gutsy move. Lloyd can be quite audacious when he wants to be. Excellent, Mr. Bannings. Simply superb. I knew I was right to put my hopes in you. Very well, I'm not particularly fond of trivial exchanges anyway. If your questions are within the realm of my knowledge, I will provide the answers you seek. Thank you, Cal. There were 3 things I wanted to ask you about. The assailant's true identity. Is it safe to assume Ravash is behind last night's raid? Or is there any chance the attack was carried out by a third party? So you can ask about that too. Very well. Lau, please explain for them. Sir. The assailants may have been masked to conceal their identities, but there's no doubt it was Ravash's men. Not only were their weapons identical, but so was their combat style. That's something that can't be mimicked so easily. I see. That makes sense. In that case, something's still rubbing me the wrong way. I hear you Heyway guys are all pretty damn good martial artists. Heck, I bet your man Lau here could hand out beatings left and right. You flatter me. I'm sure Ravash doesn't have a shortage of combat pros, but none of them could match up with you guys one-on-one. So then, how would you get thrashed so hard by a handful of their thugs? Was the killing bear leading the charge or something? No, I don't believe the esteemed general manager of Cells was present. Either were his hand-picked ex-Jaeger friends. We believe Ravash's regular combat personnel to be behind the attack. If that's the case, then how? Though their techniques were simple, their speed and power were beyond comprehension. They were able to brandish those heavy machine guns single-handedly. Our defenses were easily crushed by their unnatural strength. They overtook the first 2 floors with ease. No fooling. It wasn't only limited to their power and speed either. They had inhuman endurance as well. Thanks to that, I had to put into practice a few dangerous techniques. Dangerous techniques? Like what? I wasn't aware you were trained in combat yourself, Cal. I am nothing but an amateur compared to Master Yin. Yeah, but isn't that like most people are? By the sound of it. Future interactions. I'm not going to beat around the bush, Cal. How do you plan to respond to their raid? So that's what you want to know, is it? If you know what manner of organization Heyway is, then there shouldn't be any need to ask such a question. No. So you're planning to retaliate then? Why, how presumptuous to think we would ever do such a thing. You misunderstand. I'm speaking only in terms of crisis management. At the end of the day, what matters most to our company is profit. And in situations where our profits are threatened, it is my sworn duty to crush our antagonizers through the appropriate methods. I fail to see what's so strange about that. What an annoyingly shrewd man. Is requesting assistance from Heyway's main office one of those appropriate methods? Reinforcement from Heyway's main office, huh? You really aren't beating around the bush, are you? Well, to answer your question, I have no such plans at the moment. After all, my reputation is on the line here. However, there is no guarantee the main office will respect my wishes. They may intervene regardless. I suppose I should be able to keep them out of things for a little while at the very least. Either way, we are sorely lacking in information about Ravash's current improvements. As such, we don't have an effective countermeasure. For now, I've assigned someone to keep a close eye on their movements. That someone being an extremely reliable collaborator of ours. You requested Yin's assistance. I guess he would be the best option for an undercover mission like this. This isn't directly related to the case in question, but I figured I'd ask while I'm here. Do you really not know anything about Kia? But Lloyd, that's... Kia, you said. Is that meant to be a person's name? It sounds more like a code word to me. Pardon me, I see this as a serious matter. All I know is that Kia is the name of that little girl you took into custody after the Schwartz auction. Well, that and the fact that our dear collaborator offered you a small piece of advice while you were there. The exhibits for the second half of the auction are all stored in the room over there. According to information that was sent to Heyway, there's a bomb, so to speak, among those items. I recommend you confirm it for yourselves. A large leather trunk will be exhibited at the end of the auction. Inside the trunk is a bomb, which only serve to jeopardize Ravash's position. This information was sent to us through a very complicated route. We were unable to determine the identity of the informant, however in some way that only made it more credible. We wanted to be certain, however, so we asked our friends to check on it. Even in my wildest dreams, I never expected this purported bomb to end up being a small girl. Damn, looks like it's going to feign ignorance till the very end. Let's assume you're telling the truth. Do you have an inkling as to who that informant might have been? Logically speaking, information this sensitive and incriminating would point to the actions of a Ravash defector. The only thing I can say for certain is that whoever was behind it, they are an incredibly skilled individual. Incredibly skilled individual, yes. Not me with English. At any rate, this is as far as our knowledge regarding Kia goes. Though I suppose it's up to you whether you believe me or not. Understood. Thanks for asking us honestly. I guess we have no further questions. Now then, does this conclude your questioning? Yes, for the moment. I appreciate your cooperation. Do you mind if I give the department an outline of what we discussed? Do what you like, my friend. By the way, Detective Bannings. Yes? I'll be honest with you, this raid was far beyond what I thought Ravash was capable of. I was under the impression that I was fully cognizant of their forces, connections, and strategies. Further, given the scrutiny they currently find themselves under, I never expected them to pull off such a brazen move. They truly surpassed all of my expectations. I'm almost a little impressed. I must say I'm unbelievably excited for what's to come. I cannot recall an instance in the last few years where a situation didn't play out exactly as I had expected. This is a rare opportunity for me to wield the full force of my power and intellect to my heart's desire. The mere thought gives me an indescribable joy. Hey, watch yourself. You're truly unbelievable. Do not think for 1 second that I will allow the police to ruin my fun. Although I'm willing to grant a unique opportunity to your department. If you can somehow resolve the situation before Heyway begins its retaliation, then we'll have no need to do so. I'll be eagerly awaiting your next move. Bye. I didn't give an excuse for him, did I? Things have really gone serious. Yes, they gave us plenty of useful information to work with, but I can't believe Xiao would so blatantly imply a full-scale war with Ravash. Things keep heating up like this, then we're going to have a real mess on our hands. We're screwed if they decide to have a firefight in the middle of town. Additionally, we have to consider the possibility The Heyway may call for reinforcements. There are more than a few dark clouds already gathering on the horizon. Even so, it sounds like we still have a bit of time, judging by what Xiao said. There are a lot of suspicious details about this raid Ravash pulled off, so we need to find out as much as we can about it before Heyway mobilizes. I agree. Shall we visit each of the districts and question the citizens? No, I think it would be better to go straight to the source. Let's pay Ravash a visit. You're kidding, right? May have gone there once before, but still. That was before the incident at the auction. Wouldn't it be reckless to go there now? It's true, they may have struck a deal with us, but it only relates to Kia's case. However, there's something I'm concerned about. What might that be? Garcia's movements. We've had enough encounters with him to know what kind of person he is. He never seemed the type to be reckless, and I got the feeling he had a strong command over his subordinates. You're absolutely right. He was a well-known Jaeger commander, way too disciplined to pull any crazy stunts. In fact, it's pretty hard to imagine him ordering his men to launch an assault on Heyway like that. Did Garcia actually order the raid, or did his subordinates act on their own? That's definitely something we need to find out. Right. And the fastest way to do that is to start asking questions around Ravash's base. Do you guys want to head there now? I suppose that's our best option. It should be relatively low risk. We're simply asking around the area. Let's go have ourselves a little stakeout. We're going there, are we? Heyway's goons have been coming in and out of the place all day. Well, I guess they would call themselves employees, wouldn't they? They left for now, but it's only a matter of time before they're back again. Sorry you're dealing with this, Franz, but we're counting on you to watch the place. It is highly unlikely that they would try to attack you, so you should be fine. Well, you're probably right, but still, I can hardly let my guard down in this situation. Dudley and Emma were staring daggers at me earlier. Tired of guarding this place. Those Heyway guys give me the creeps. Can't go back in again, then. Still knock, though. Convincing them to let us in again might be a little tricky. Indeed. Gao has lightly begun to plan out Heyway's next move already. At least we were able to speak with him in the first place. Isn't the C in his name Soft Cat Goddess? Well, yes. I've been saying it Chow and stuff earlier, because I know there's a Warring Kingdoms general, yada yada, who was basically Xiao Xiao, Cow Cow, CAO, if I'm right. But I can never truly stick to the pronunciation because I never truly know if I'm right. And then someone will come along and go, that's wrong! And I'll be like, I can't win. So I flit. I hedge my bets. Like with Maya. Sometimes with words like that, I will just flit between the two and hope to pleasing everyone. Because even if I say it right, someone will say it's wrong. It's probably not a good reason. But still. I haven't checked if there's a new patrol yet. But this is the same dialogue. Okay, we are still on the direct path of exploration. To the back alley. Nothing seems to really be going on, right? We're just going to ask them, are we? Hi! Just like I thought, there are more guards posted here than usual. They're looking way more pissed than I was expecting to. Impatient, excited, vigilant, anxious. I'm detecting a wide range of emotions from them. There's no mistaking it. They must be on their high alert for any retaliation from Heyway. This isn't going to be easy. But now, ascertaining Garcia's movements should be... Should be what? Garcia Rossi! Damn, how'd that monster manage to sneak up on us? It's you guys. You have the audacity to show your faces around here after all the shit you've put us through. I won't make any excuses. Our deal with you only concerns Kia and Kia alone. Then we're understood. If you use our deal as an excuse to come waltzing into our territory, I'm going to beat the ever-loving hell out of you. Sheesh, this guy's one dangerous old man. I know why you lot snooping around here. However, you won't be getting a single word out of me on that matter. If you understand, then get lost. Damn. Please, just tell me one thing. If hypothetically you were to attack an armed enemy stronghold, would you attack head-on from the front, leaving everything to brute strength? An honest Jaeger like myself would never stoop to such a poor strategy. I'd wait until there was an opening and make a precise strike, Maximum results, minimum damage. When you do the same, son of the war god. Don't you ever call me that again. But yeah, that's how Jaegers operate. Is that so? Thank you. I appreciate the answer. Yeah, you're a strange kid. But anyway, you better not come in here unprepared, do you hear me? I promise you'll be torn to shreds. Something sure seemed off with him. He looked tense but unusually haggard. I was thinking the same thing. His words were very aggressive, but I felt that he didn't have the same force behind them. I could sense a great deal of fatigue. What do you suppose could have happened to him? Damn, he's in such a sorry state. It ain't like the guy at all. I bet you guys would love to know why that is, huh? Grace! You just love popping up at the most random times, don't ya? What can I say? My reporter's intuition guides me to the juiciest of scoops. Anyway, what do you say we do the old give and take? I'll be anxiously awaiting your arrival at the jazz bar. We're gonna rock the jazz bar. What should we do, Lloyd? For now, let's just hear what she has to say. We should keep our guard up. We need to be careful not to let anything slip around her. Duly noted. Just checking. Dialogue's the same. That doesn't mean everything will stay the same, though, with people switching locations and stuff. We didn't see Grace yet today. Oh, well now. There you are. All right, let me cut to the chase. Is there anything you're willing to share about the Heyway raid? I'm sure showered you with all sorts of delightful details over at his office. Oh, you knew I was there. Quick as ever. How would you even know we visited Heyway? Well, I found out about the incident this morning, and I was heading over to Ash out some questions, when I saw Dudley barge in. As I was sitting there on the sidelines trying to fill the situation out, who should show up but you guys? Shortly afterward, I see Dudley leave with his typical scowl, and then a bit later, you'll come out looking as worried as I've ever seen you. After seeing all that, how do you expect me to not think you learned something huge? I see. I guess that makes sense. Still, Grace, I think you know better than anyone that we can't casually disclose information about an open investigation. Well, of course I know that's silly. That's why I call this little chat a give and take. After all, aren't you dying for some details on Garcia Rossi? Do you mean you're a real pro at dangling the bait right under our noses, aren't you? As a nice little cherry on top, I might have some juicy info about that so-called auction too. The way I hear it, Ravash messed up so bad there, the speaker isn't really interested in speaking with him anymore. I'm sure you're just dying to know how these two things are related, right? Right? Okay, I'll bite. However, everything about Xiao is strictly off the record, got it? Can't stress that enough, Grace. So what, we're not giving her anything? I see. So the situation is more dire than I thought. Yeah, unfortunately it is. At the very least, both groups seem to be trying not to involve the public. For now. Well, no matter which way you cut it, this raid really just came out of nowhere. It might happen in the dead of night, but I still can't believe they target somewhere right next to the news building. Not to mention it was right down the street from the IBC. Pretty ballsy move even for Ravash. Yes, that's true. If things had gotten even worse, it could have made people lose trust in Crossbell as Amelia's trade capital, shaking the whole continent's economy. Right? That's what I'm saying. This is true. It could mean the info I got was legit after all. What information would that be? Are you willing to share it now? Okay, guess it's my turn now. You see, this whole fiasco originated from inside the Mafia. Lately, I've been hearing rumors that Garcia Rossi's control over his goons has been, well, lacking. Is that even possible? Yeah, I'm having a hard time buying it myself. Can't imagine any of those rank-and-file mobsters defying that walking mountain. Well, you could choose to believe it or not. I'm just saying it might be possible that the incident in the downtown district and the grab for mining rights weren't on Garcia's orders. From the look of it, it was some goons on the lower rungs looking to make a name for themselves. If that's what those rookies were after, that would explain why they were so willing to step out of line to get it. Wait just a second. Are you saying that the raid last night was carried out by low-level members of the Mafia? Well, given the scale of the attack, it's hard to think that, but if it's true, it'd definitely help explain why Garcia was acting the way he was earlier. Maybe. Come to think of it, he didn't have his usual entourage with him. So does that mean he's lost his grip over Ravash? There's an internal split. But what is the Don doing during all of this? According to what I've been able to gather, Marconi is desperately trying to make up for his giant blunder at the auction. Naturally, he's buttering up Speaker Hartman. who was less than pleased at Michelin. He's even trying to lure more influential figures of Crossbell into his fold. Influential figures? Who exactly? Dire members from the Republican faction. I heard he's met with the CGF commander too. Really? Is he trying to suppress Heyway's political influence in Crossbell? And I wonder if meeting with the CGF commander has anything to do with Ravash's weapon smuggling. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But remember, that moron of a commander is also one of Speaker Hartman's cronies. I bet Ravash is trying to win back the Speaker's favour through him. Yep, my thoughts exactly. Man, whenever I have these nice little chats with you guys, things just seem to fall into place. This turned out to be quite a fruitful little info swap. To be honest, it's been helpful for us as well. But now that we've sifted through all the details, I feel like there's something we're missing. Something we're missing? Oh, and what would that be? Looking over what we know, there seems to be logical reasons behind each of their actions. The actions themselves are almost random, as though they're not all coming from the same organization. I always got the feeling that Ravash's operations had a certain level of professionalism to them, the kind you'd expect from organized crime. But I don't sense that at all this time round. Oh, I see what you mean. Now you mention it, I'm inclined to agree. Ravash's structure has typically existed as an efficient system designed to take advantage of the large amount of mirror flowing through Crossbell. For them to suddenly deviate so greatly from that system is highly irregular. So in other words, there's some element to this case that threw Ravash's entire system out of whack. Is that what you're saying? Right, it's just a gut feeling though. Chao's description made it sound like these raiders who attacked Heyway possessed unnatural amounts of strength too. It's possible that could have something to do with Garcia's strange attitude. Wow, I should have expected this from you, Lloyd. You're one smart cookie, you know. Hey, if this police thing doesn't work out for you, how about joining me at the Crossbell Times? We can aim for the Pulitzer Prize together. I'll have to pass. And I'd appreciate if you didn't make me worry about my employment any more than I already do. Remind me again, what's this Pulitzer Prize thing she's talking about? It's a prestigious international award given to the most outstanding journalist of the year. Excuse me for 1 second. Yes, this is Lloyd Bannings of the Special Sports Section. Managed to get through. It's me, Bixon, over from Mines. Oh, the mayor, how can I help you? Is there some kind of problem with Gantz? Well, you see, I'm in Crossbell City at the moment, the casino where Gantz goes to. He started acting strangely, so I decided to call you. Strangely? What exactly do you mean? He's been engaged in a poker match with another customer for quite some time. Things are getting very heated. It may only be a matter of time before violence breaks out. Could you come over quickly and help sort this out? Understood, sir. Barca Casino, right? We're close by, so we'll be there shortly. Okay, I'm counting on you. That was the mayor of Mines. Sounds like he's at the casino. Yeah, apparently Gantz might be getting in some trouble there. Seriously? Have his victories gained him some ill will from his opponents? Between Gantz's ego and his crazy luck, I could definitely see that happening. Well, we better hurry on over and assess the situation. Alright, off to Barca we go! What, did I say something wrong? Well, Grace, it's just that... There's no point in telling her not to come. Let's just go to the casino. We're going with Grace, are we? Is she there? Hey! Stupid old man trying to feel her up. Alright then. Wonder if we can get some extra... you guys conducting a secret infiltration into Ravash. It's a little reckless, but I'm not one to judge. I've learned that if you guys are set on doing something, there's no stopping you. Make sure to give me that big scoop afterwards. No, that's not what we're doing for now. The ladies, I definitely don't want to barge in there in front of Grace. Still worried about Gantz. Let's hurry to the casino. I was wondering if Grace would have an extra dialogue for anything. Made it seem like that is true. I'm worried about what Bixon said. Let's head to the casino ASAP. So I can't go anywhere but there. Does Grace have an inside scoop on Imelda? No. In fact, we got into a long dialogue because of that. I wonder if we can go somewhere else. With Grace. What about, Ark and Shell? Trying to get inside? Nice guys, you can do it. Heck, with ties to Ilia Platier, you can do anything. Fly, my friends, to the promised land. What's got you so enthusiastic today? Should we hurry to the casino? Something about the mayor's story has me worried. Thought there might be. Those are the only two landmarks I can think of that would be a thing. I take it we can't head through the residential district.